Hello everyone, Scylez here once again. This time I'm doing a devlog, but it's not for my two big games that I have going right now at the moment. It's not for Chasing Tail or Knockvale. This is for a smaller game that I guess I've shown on this YouTube channel a couple times now. And I figured, it's a smaller game, so I didn't really have any plans on doing any devlogs for it. But since my last two videos, I figured I'd give it just a little update, since at the moment I'm waiting for some writing to be done for the visual novel, and I can't really, there's a few things I can do, but I can't progress too much further until that writing is done. So while I wait for that, I figured I'd give this game an update, and this is Scylez Tournament Paintball. This is my paintball game that I just made and worked on for fun, but it might be to a point where it's decent enough to actually consider, more than just a prototype. It might be, a alright little web game. So anyway, I'll just get right into it. This is Scylez Tournament Paintball. It originally started as just a 1 week project where I just set out to build a paintball game and do as much as I could in a week and leave it at that. And it was a very bare bones game back then. And then I decided, well, I can polish it up a little bit. So I spent a second week polishing it up and making it into something a little bit better. And I just left it there. That's how it was for a long time. Every now and then I'd add in like a map or something, just because I felt like playing a new map. But for the most part, I left it. And that's how the game stayed for a long time. After just recently making a video on paintball games and another video on, well, just a trailer for this game itself, because I wanted to put something on the itch.io page. I thought, well, I did those, and if I'm gonna go as far as to make a trailer for the game, I might as well give it a few things it needs. I might as well give it an update. So, I did. I went through and I gave the game a small update. I didn't do anything crazy, but enough to warrant a devlog where maybe I'll talk about it a little bit. Originally, I made is there 4 or 5? 4. Originally, I made 4 different locations, and each location was kind of unique, where like there's a grassy field, or a desert, or an industrial area. And each of those locations had 4 different paintball fields you could play on. So I went through, and one of the first things I did was I added a fifth location. And I tried to vary it up once again. I didn't have a nighttime location yet. So I made a neighborhood at night. It's got a graveyard, it's got a neighborhood, it's got a street, and it's got like a little camping area. So that's the first addition. There's the 4 other locations. One's a grassy field, one's a desert, one's kind of an industrial, like abandoned, destroyed area, and one's like a rainy game. It's like smaller fields that are in the rain. So this is the 5th location, and it adds just a little bit more diversity to the table. I don't have models for different markers, but there are, I think, 7 or 8 different paintball markers that you can play with, and they have different stats, basically just accuracy and rate of fire. Didn't add anything else other than that. And they didn't have names, so I gave them all names, and that's in the new game. Also, the collision for players was very big. It was very easy to get hit, and it was also very easy to hit enemies, and I fixed that. I reduced the collision boxes and made them a little bit more accurate for the player and for the enemies, so you'll have longer games and more intense, gunfights, and it's not as cheap feeling when you get hit. It's like, how did that hit me? In this game, you have you and your teammates, and you go out and you fight an enemy team. When you get shot, you take over a teammate, so you're still playing the game, even though you got eliminated. That way, you don't have to wait for the AI to complete the game. You can still play. Before, when you got shot, it would show you a little overview of the field for a few seconds before transitioning you into the AI location. And during those few seconds, when you were supposed to be dead, or not dead, but just out of the game, you could still shoot your gun. That's fixed now. No more shooting your gun. I added a small invincibility timer too. For a couple seconds after you take over an ally's position, you'll be invincible, so you can get your bearings for a second and not immediately get shot out if they were running to a new bunker or something. I fixed up the AI the UI. I fixed up the UI quite a bit, made it look actually nice. I gave the buttons and the backgrounds and the panels all textures and things like that. So now it's actually pleasing to the eye, and when you're navigating through it, it's not a mess. Something else big that I added with the whole game, not just the UI, but the whole game itself, is controller support and keyboard support. I'm a very big fan of adding controller and keyboard support and mouse support to games. I like having the option to play the game without the need for, a certain peripheral. I personally like playing games with controllers the best myself, which is why whenever I can, I like to add in controller support. So that's what I did here. And the final thing, and the biggest thing that I added, was leaning. So in this game, you can lean to the left or to the right. That's a big part of playing paintball in real life. So you're not just like standing out in the open next to a bunker trying to shoot somebody. You stand behind it and you lean out from cover to shoot at people. I implemented that into the game now. It's a big change in how the game flows, and it makes it a lot more fun. I'll say I have a much better time playing the game now that there's leaning, because I can actually move to cover, lean out, shoot at somebody who's far away. If I don't got a good angle, you can move up and try not to get hit, and then shoot at somebody when they're a big distance away. So it's I don't know. I think it's a great addition to the game, and I'm sad that I didn't have it sooner. Oh, one more final thing that I almost forgot is the enemy AI. If they know somebody's at a specific bunker, but they can't see him, they'll be shooting at that bunker just to kind of keep you in cover. So, and if you pop out, maybe they'll hit you. But if they actually see you, they'll ramp up their rate of fire so that they have a higher chance of hitting you. And so that's a neat thing that's been added as well. Oh, one more thing that was added. I keep forgetting about things that are added, but one more thing that I added with this update: music. Finally, this game, it needed a soundtrack. Not a soundtrack, but it needed some music with it too, because before the games were just silent. I have some music that I really, really like, and that I think matches a paintball game perfectly, mostly because it's nostalgic from old paintball games that were on like Xbox and stuff. But obviously I can't use that music. But I just got access to a great music library, which means I picked out a few songs that I think really match the mood of the game, and I added them in, so now it'll play music. You have music. You can adjust the sound, you can turn it off if you don't even like it, or you can skip songs. But it's I think it really brings the mood of the game up a bit. But that's all I got. Those are all the additions. Just some little tweaks here and there as well, with things like collision and nav mesh and little things that I don't really need to get into that are super technical. But for the most part, the game is it's not horrible. The AI could use a lot more work still. I'll admit that. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not horrible. I can say that. It's I still have fun playing it. Maybe somebody else will too. I figured maybe I'll just make a little devlog on this, and unless I do something really major to this game again in the future, like really give the AI an overhaul or something cool, which maybe I will. I hope I have time to do it in the future sometime. But I have other bigger focuses right now. But if I do that, I'll make another devlog for this game and keep people posted. Anyway, those are all my updates. This is the game. I'll put links to it in the description, or you can just find it on my website or my itch.io. If you managed to watch this video, or if you happen to watch it for some strange reason, thank you. I appreciate it. If you check out the game, thank you even more. I appreciate that as well. But anyway, thank you for watching this video and listen to me ramble on for I don't know how long, but I can talk forever, I guess, so I am pretty sure this is longer than I wanted it to be already. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, so bye-bye.